And now back to our breaking news in Chile, where an 8.2 quake struck off the country's Pacific coast. The quake set off a small tsunami, forcing thousands to evacuate. It also triggered landslides and knocked out power. And an update here, 5 deaths have now been reported. More than 10 strong aftershocks followed, including a 6.2. Chile had a cluster of quakes leading to tonight's big one.
Here in Southern California, there have been more than 200 aftershocks since Friday's 5.1 quake in La Habra. The blue dots on this map show the aftershocks. The yellow dots specifically represent the most recent aftershocks. And the question tonight, does this cluster of quakes mean we should brace for something much stronger?
KCAL9 Inland Empire reporter Crystal Cruz is live tonight at UC Riverside, where she spoke to a seismologist. Crystal.
Susie and Kent, the seismologist basically says there's no way to predict when the next big earthquake will hit here. However, he also said there's a big difference between Chile and Southern California. Chile has huge faults and has much larger earthquakes.
Surveillance video captured Friday night's moderate 5.1 earthquake in La Habra. Pictures showed some broken dishes and cracked walls. Around the same time, Chile was experiencing its own smaller quakes. It had experienced so many that the Interior Ministry was even put on an earthquake alert.
And you can actually see on screen the earthquake is right there, and Iquique, the nearest town, is right there.
Tuesday night, the region was rocked by an 8.2 quake. The question now, could Southern California see the same in several days, which have now seen hundreds of aftershocks?
Well, unfortunately, most very large earthquakes do not have small earthquakes preceding them.
Seismologist David Oglesby from UC Riverside is keeping a close watch on what's going on with Chile. He says smaller earthquakes are not necessarily predictors of larger ones.
So anytime you have a substantially sized earthquake, there is about a 5% chance that you could have a larger earthquake afterwards. And the likelihood of that larger earthquake afterwards decreases with time.
Oglesby says Chile is very different than Southern California, and there may be no pattern of earthquakes to come.
We certainly have no indication that it is the precursor to any kind of massive quake. Magnitude 5 earthquakes are not uncommon in Southern California.
Again, no way to know when the next big earthquake will hit. We should all just be prepared. Reporting live from UC Riverside tonight, I'm Crystal Cruz, KCAL 9 News.
Such good common sense advice. Crystal, thank you so much. The 8.2 Chile earthquake, we do have continuing coverage. We're having the very latest on our CBS 2 News at 11 on our sister station tonight. And get the overnight latest on CBS 2 News this morning, tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7 a.m. And then extensive coverage on CBS this morning from 7 to 9 a.m.
We turned a corner and just